I can never really tell what it's going to be that's going to set my mind off, and send it racing, that I might not be able to think about anything else or focus for a long time. And last night, what set my mind off was actually talking to my friend Chris, who just gave me a suggestion that I needed to, well, that I should check out a pretty girl on YouTube. We were discussing who were the prettiest girls on YouTube in our circle of thought for the topics we like to talk about. And so he suggested this girl, and she just so happened to have Asperger's syndrome. That's the way I pronounce it. She says Asperger's, or no, she says Asperger's, and the girl that I think is actually prettier than her, that has Asperger's, says Asperger's, and I really like the way that she says the word better. It's like, I can't really say it the way she says it, but it's like beater, and it's this Australian type of just beautiful sounding pronunciation I really like. But okay, so I'm killing that train of thought right there, and for me to do that is like, it's jarring, you know. It's like cutting off my own arm sometimes to just completely drop a thought, you know. I go on and on and on, well past where some people are willing to listen. Sometimes I will just go off on a tangent, and sometimes the tangent will just take over the entire day. Right now I've got 2 or 3 of them spinning in my head, and it's hard to focus to make a video when this happens. And I know that sleep deprivation can have something to do with it for me. I was up very late last night talking. But this is pretty much what happens when I let my mind go. These are the wonderful thoughts that follow. And what I really want to do is not... I want to address this video to Chris, but also to anyone else that might have these problems that would be listening. Because it's like I see something and I want to communicate it, but I can't exactly. Chris and I are not the same, by far. Chris, his focus has been a lot more sharper than mine, but I see that his dedication is there, and there are differences between him and I. And when I hear a word like Asperger's or autism or any kind of disorder like that, I always want people to think about the spectrum of people that get caught in a diagnosis like that, because it's very fucking wide. I liked the videos from the Mish, and I like the way that she describes the way that sometimes, well, most all the time, people can't see the real you when this happens to your mind. If you're going to talk about anything at all, people are going to see a masquerade. You're going to have to put on a face. And I know for some of my videos, I have put in edits to cut out that time where people might be able to tell, hey, what the fuck? He's thinking about something totally off the wall, you know? Or why isn't he speaking? Why are there pauses in what he's saying? Why does he think so much about everything that he says? And I think it's important to think about what you say before you say it, but I can't really explain why it is that I labor over every word, and why it is that I like the sounds of some words when they come out of certain people's mouths rather than others. And I can tell you that, you know, I got my degree and double majored in English and psychology, and I loved both subjects. And as far as the English, I think I had a lot more passion than most of the other people that wanted to be English majors. They all wanted to be teachers, and I just wanted to know. Cutting off the thought. Cutting off the thought. What I'm trying to get at here is to say that there is a connection between people that have a different way of thinking. Even if they are different between themselves, you can tell when someone is a neurotypical person and when someone is not. I might throw the Aspie label on both of those girls, and sometimes myself, although I never would ever want to get diagnosed like that. Because I believe that people have so much more to their individual psyches than a label so fucking sweeping. But I might throw that label onto Chris, that he looks like an Aspie to me. But I would never throw that label onto AldusValor, although he's not neurotypical at all. Fucker's full of hate, you know? I much prefer the label of determined people. People that aren't afraid to put a lot of work into one subject that they are passionate about. And pretty much for the rest of the day, I'm going to be thinking about this. I know it. And I wanted to watch football and not think. Not thinking is great, but I don't think it's going to happen today.